Hello, it's Burgess from Burgess Taylor, our Journey with Burgess. We're going to talk about mid-month, One Book July. It's the end of the week this week. I started, I think it was June 21st. So I'm, I think 3 or 4 weeks in. Today's the 19th. So that would be 4 weeks in. Right now it's mid-month July though. As you can see, I have a different cover. I have changed that. I've gone to the purple Filofax Malden. I did de-ring this. I've had 3 Filofaxes. Had a personal size in that mustard yellow color. I think it was a Safriano or something. And I ended up giving that to somebody. The size didn't work for me. It was a slimmer one than this. I didn't like the rings. So I ended up with an A5 domino. The faux leather, and I tried de-ringing it, but it was a little too big for what I wanted. The purple Filofax I've always loved. I love this leather. I love this color. I'm just not a rings fan, and it sat in a box. So I thought, you know what? And I thought I can de-ring mine, and so I did. And here we go. And I thought about doing a video of it, but so many people already have a video. I just followed along with, what's his name? Kent of Oz, I think is Kent of Oz. I didn't use my drill though. I used the screwdrivers. I didn't want little pieces of metal all over the place. This is what I have. I still have the B6-ology in here. And I changed from the A5. I was going to do the B6, then I was going to do the A5. I decided, I went back and forth, but I'm actually really happy. But I will tell you, one of the reasons I switched from the A5 to the B6 was I was trying to be more functional. Y'all, I can't help but put little bits and pieces of creativity in my, it doesn't matter what I'm doing anymore. Unless, I mean, even when I take notes for novels and stuff, I do a tiny bit of sketch notes. And sketch notes is something I want to get a lot better at. So I think that's going to be my project for August. I have a book on sketch notes. I'm going to watch some videos on sketch notes. And that's probably going to be my project. One of my projects for August. So anyway, let's get started with the what's working, what's not working, this kind of thing. My key so far, it's working okay. I still have not added in, but I haven't really had to yet. My index is going okay. I did add this calendar for the year right here, and then you flip it over and it has 2020. I did do my future log. I can put stuff down here that doesn't have a specific date. It can go on the monthly page to be migrated. Mostly this is birthdays right now because I don't have any actual events yet that I know of. I need to add stickers to here and fill in a little bit. It was a very busy day yesterday. You'll see when I go through here. I kind of, just to keep track of something that I'm doing or something that goes on. I do need to put a little bit more of the stuff in here, but I have a lot of it here. So this is going okay. I haven't put in Wednesdays yet, but I did put in yesterday's. I went in and I added some of the pictures to my bullet journal. This was Victor right before his birthday. I filled in this because we were traveling, sleeping and packing, and then traveling, and then I put that because that talks about planning a trip. These are some questions for David. I'm going to do a Q&A for Mr. Rockstar for Patreon. I have some questions. This is notes on the bullet journal method. My goals, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This I need to put today's because I just uploaded a video for Patreon, and then I'll put today's in here. So this is an older picture of Victor, and I put it because I'm about to go back through. There's a section in the bullet journal method about your whys, and it's the 5 whys, and I found this and I was like, oh my gosh, it is so cute. He had on my hat and my scarf. This was like from many years ago. He's a little fella. This is like from probably 5 or 6 years ago. Probably 6 years ago. He's probably 1 or 1.5 in this picture. I'll have to look up the date. This is one of the coffee chats for Patreon and some extra notes for that coffee chat. A quote from Ro from one of her bullet journal method videos. This was another trip to Rome, Georgia, and some notes about a coffee chat I wanted to do. This is Victor's birthday party at our house. His grandpa sent him a Switch game thing. This is this week that we're in right now. I'm right here, and we're not going out of town. David has to work the weekend. This got canceled. Was filming some of this yesterday. I had some stuff going on, so we're going to talk about that. You'll see that in here. So as you can see, I've been just adding little bits of things to my pages. The red notes are some of the reflection review things for me to go back and look at. The pink that you see are when I'm doing that, and those are things I need to check to see if they got done later. And I was looking at all of this and thinking I need a little bit better migration system for myself, figure out how I want to do this, because I'm rewriting. Well, do I want to rewrite, or do I want to just go back and then fill it in? Do I want to know the date that I actually do it? And I think I do. So some of this I'm actually, I think, going to start dating. I'll go back when I originally had it before I migrated it and put the date that it actually got done, which is a good thing for me to do when I look at the dates where things are getting done in my reflection time. So I have some more reflection. This was this past Tuesday. This I am doing what's in my bag, the 2 different kinds of bags. I'm going to combine those videos for y'all. And then these are my daily wins, and I am really enjoying this page, this setup, how this is working. I'm doing daily wins instead of gratitude for myself. Just speaking for me, I try really hard to say thank you, to say, hey, I really appreciate this that you did, or hey, I really appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, to listen to me, to whatever. I try to say that right then and there. Sometimes I'll make a note, hey, send somebody a thank you note. I actually do that on occasion. I forget a lot. I need to get better about snail mail for stuff like that. I have some cards and I want to start getting better about that. So that's one of the things I'm going to start putting in my bullet journal, is whenever I need to send a thank you card. And I have stamps ready to go. They're Christmas Snoopy stamps, peanut stamps, but that's okay. But this is going well, and I think the reason that the Daily Wins is going well is because I'm documenting even the smallest of wins, even if it's not my win. I could put some of this on the daily log because some of it is part of the daily log, but this is for something different. I can go back and look at this page anytime I need a bit of motivation, something to say, hey, look, you are doing well. So when I have a little bit of self-doubt, or I'm feeling a little bit down, or any of that, I can look at this and go, hey, you're getting stuff done, you're doing stuff. These are notes about the bullet journal method. This is reflection that I did the other day, and I'm going to talk about this, and then I'm going to talk about where I did the actual mid-month reflection, because I went back through. So the calendar for me is working well, and I have to have a calendar. The mental inventory, it's been sort of likened to a closet. That analogy makes a lot of sense to me, and I realized that I need to go back in after this month of going through all of this and redo my mental inventory, my goals, my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need to redo that. I'm checking in with myself. It is actually becoming more of a habit. It's still a work in progress, but I am getting the hang of it slowly but surely. So using the daily wins page, like I said, that's working really well instead of a gratitude page. Every now and again, when I feel really, really grateful, I make a note of it in my journal. When I sit down to plan, I'm now looking back in the morning and throughout the day. Like when I start my day out in the morning, normally I do have like quite a bit of tasks. It is a little bit task heavy first thing. I try to write a little note to myself, or a quote or something, an event, anything that's a priority goes more towards the top. If there isn't really a priority thing, then I'll go through the task. But usually, like if there's an appointment or an event and I need to go run an errand or something, those come first. I'm doing better with that, and I'm doing much better with the evening reflection. I find that I do better when I'm reflecting in the evening. I do a review and a reflection in the evening, whereas in the morning I kind of glance through things because I've usually done that review and reflection at night. Now when I haven't had as much time to devote to doing that, sometimes in the morning I will do more of that. I think I've gotten to a point now where I'm checking throughout the day instead of just trying to do it in the morning and in the evening. I'm actually doing it throughout the day. And that's helping a lot. Since I've started understanding more about rapid logging, it's making a lot more sense. I'm getting a little bit better about it, but I'm still having issues with writing down my random thoughts. And you would think, as much as I forget things and as much as I really need to be writing things down, that would be like a big thing for me. But it hasn't become a habit yet, and it needs to. So that's something I'm working on this weekend and next week, is that I've been working on quite a few things. And like I said, there's a hair. And like I said, it's a work in progress, but it's getting better, and it is really starting to make much more sense to me. I do start a new page every day. So now we're going to get to where things get a little bit more creative. Thank you, Romany. Thank you. She did this whole video about adding bits of creativity. So here's Wednesday's page. And I watercolored my bag. My new setup, I should say. I've been using my Whipping Post Oxblood tote for years. And y'all know how much I love red. My sketch journal's still in the red folio from Sojourner. I love it. I have A5 folio in red. I have them in the, like, a wine color. And now I've switched to this purple, so I have an indigo fossil satchel. It's not the Sydney satchel because it doesn't have the shoulder strap, but I like it. So I watercolored this. I had the video of it. I'm going to do that separate for y'all. I'll have a little bit of a time lapse of it. It'll just be a short video, so I'm going to add it with the what's in my bag video. I hope that y'all will enjoy that one. So have a quote there. It says, I always carry a knife in my purse just in case we're having cake. That's not why I carry a pocket knife. I've been carrying a pocket knife since I was a little kid. My dad introduced us to pocket knives, and I used to try to whittle. But anyway, so we've got all the stuff in the news going on about the Jeffrey Epstein. So I wrote about it. I also wrote about my daughter's Braxton Hicks contractions. She went to the doctor yesterday. So I have quite a bit here done. Have half boxes because I've started those tasks and haven't finished them. I will probably finish them today because this happened yesterday. So Thursday, I was in the middle of doing things, and David had come home from work, and he wasn't feeling very good. He'd had a rough night. They'd worked really hard. He works 12-hour shifts at night, and he was exhausted, and they had gotten really hot. The air conditioners aren't working in the trucks that they use at night and in the daytime. He came in and told me his chest was hurting and he was having trouble breathing. So David ended up at the ER. They did a number of tests and x-rays, and the EKG came out fine, and they gave him 2 bags of IV fluid. He was dehydrated. He had a Crohn's flare up. I guess stress and exhaustion and dehydration and Crohn's do not mix very well. So this is most of my day yesterday. And then my daughter was also at the doctor's office, and they did another ultrasound, and our girl weighs a little bit over 8 pounds. She might come a little bit early. So I wrote about that. This is some personal journaling under here. And then we get to today's page, and I've already done this. This is where I'm working on this right here. And then I have my review and my reflection time for the rest of the stuff that we're going to talk about in here. My weekly setups are pretty much being half used. Like, there are portions of it that I actually do use, and then portions that I do not use. So I'm thinking if I really need it. Migrating things way too much, and it's been weird week. So I'm going to monitor that more next week and see, like I talked about earlier, fixing how I migrate and what I'm doing when I migrate so that I can get a little bit better about some things. Rapid logging, still, like I said, still not really adding my random thoughts, but I am adding other things like little notes and a little bit of personal journaling or a quote that I hear that I like. Some things I am. But my random thoughts, ideas, not as much. So those are the ones that I really need to start capturing. What have I learned? That I'd really like to work on sketch notes. Put sketch notes in my bullet journal more. That I'm going to be having a no spend for the rest of July and August. Unless something is absolutely necessary, I will not be purchasing anything. Groceries, gas, that kind of stuff. I might end up having to get some ink cartridges. But so far, I can't think of anything right offhand that I may absolutely need other than the ink cartridges for my printer. I am actually going to be much more conscious of the rapid logging for this weekend and this coming week. My daily wins page, I'm loving, like I said. I am adding creativity to my bullet journal again. And I just can't seem to help it, so instead of fighting it, figure it out. Work in progress. So adding creativity to my journal is now a work in progress. And upon reflection, I don't really need the weekly page. Like I said, I need to use my monthly log in the calendar and do a better job of reviewing and reflecting so that I can, and then using the bullet journal app for some things and for monitoring my reflections. I haven't yet done that in the bullet journal app, but I think I'm going to. I need to watch the video about the bullet journal app, so that may end up on today's list depending on how much I get done. I may end up adding that as something to think about, and that way if I get time, I will. It's not actually a task, it's something I would like to do, but it's not something I have to do. I talked about the migration. I talked about either making a notation and marking it off when it's done, or using a highlighter or something. And then I talked about the random notes and the sketch notes, and that's where that ends. And then this I have, and I've done some journaling because this is going to be a chat. And that's it, y'all. I did do this in my sketch journal. So there we go. I thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I will see you soon with another video. Till then, bye y'all. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the little notification bell so that you get notifications for when I have new videos.